Good day, ma'am. My name is Beladona Booc, PSBA1. So, I'm going to discuss some of the information about the country Ukraine. So, let's start. Ukraine. Ukraine was located at Eastern Europe, the second largest on the continent after Russia. So, Ukraine is located at the eastern part of Europe. Europe was the second largest continent after Russia. So, the first continent, the first largest continent in the world was Russia, and the second was Europe. So, I'm just gonna say sorry because I did not put an image or map about where the Ukraine located. So, if you want to know where, or if you want to see where Ukraine located, you can see it in Google. You can search it in Google. So, capital is Kiev, located on the Dnieper River in the north central Ukraine. So, the capital of Ukraine was Kiev. So at first, I'm confused because I did not know how to pronounce this word, the capital of Ukraine, because it was new to my to my eyes. At first I pronounce it like Kiev, but then I realized that before I will discuss it to you, I must search it or know how to pronounce it. So I searched it in Google and here how to pronounce. I searched it how to pronounce the capital of Ukraine. So it was located in the Dnieper River in north central Ukraine, not in the south, not in the west, not in the east. It was in the north central of Ukraine. So in the late 20th century, the independent country Ukraine emerged after a long period of successive domination by Poland, Lithuania, Russia, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics (USSC). So it was said there that in the late 20th century, the independent country Ukraine they moved out after the long period of time that they were in there. I think they suffered so much. That's why they moved out. So after a long period of successive domination by Poland, Lithuania, Russia, and the Union of Socialist Republics, so they move out from that. They experienced a brief period of independence in 1918 to 20, but the portions of western Ukraine was ruled by Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia. So they experienced a little or a brief, in a short period of time, a short period of independence from 1918 to 1920. So it was 2 years. So I think it really is a short period of time, a brief period of independence, but some of the portions of eastern Ukraine was ruled by Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia. So it was some of the portions of western Ukraine was being ruled by Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia. But some of the portions are they are not ruled by the Poland, Romania, Czechoslovakia. It was the western part of the Ukraine, but the eastern, northern, and southern was not. So it's just the western Ukraine. Major goods in Ukraine. So first, steel, coal, fuel, petroleum, grain, and sunflower oil. So this was the major goods in Ukraine. So there are many of those in their country. That's why that's it was listed as a major goods in Ukraine. So uh, they get benefits from that. They gain like money through that, because they exported that to the other country like that. So they can really get money. They can get good benefits with that. Their political views. Ukraine is a unitary republic and not a federal state. So Ukraine is like a unitary republic like the Philippines. So unitary republic is like you have just a one president or like one leader to, and it is not that one leader, but as a whole it's just one. Like here in the Philippines, we just have President Duterte. But so and this a federal state, it is like a example like America. They have lots of like leaders in every state. So but their main leader or their president in the whole America was President Biden. So it's just like that. So like Ukraine is like Philippines, a unitary republic. The country Ukraine was divided into two so-called oblast provinces, the Kiev and Sevastopol. So Ukraine was divided into two so-called provinces. Like it was being divided like that. So their connections. Ukraine was an independent country before, but now they have lots of connections. So at first, you really like an independent country because you don't have any connections, but now they have lots of connections. So that I think their country was developing or developed. Way back in 1990s, the relation to NATO was one of the most substantial partnership NATO developed. So, way back in 1990s, NATO said that one of the most substantial partnership they developed was with Ukraine. So their contribution to the world. Increasing of export and import share in GDP of the country. So, as what I've said recently, one of the contribution to the world, or I think all of the countries' contribution was to export their goods and services, and accept the import like that. So every country does that. So according to the data of the National Bank of Ukraine and the State Statistics Service of Ukraine, the volume exports in 2017 increased by 18% compared with 2016. So it increases by 18%. So it was like a good news because 18% is such a big percentage for the economy. Like it is good because it increases. It does not. It is good because it increases, not that decreases. Right? Belief that was influenced by globalization. A strong tradition of folk art also continues to this day. Ukrainian culture has been influenced by the cultures of both Western Europe and Russia. So as I've said before, I recently the first slide, Ukraine even though Ukraine was, you know, located at the Eastern Europe, it is still in the Europe, so they can really get the culture from European people. And also also the Russian culture, because it was like they're close, like I don't know how far, but I think it was really close, because they get the culture of the Russian people. So I think that's all. Thank you for listening. God bless us all. Happy New Year.